It's time to definitively rank all the Modern Warfare 3 assault rifles from worst to best. Worst to best is a series where I rank all weapons within a class after I've unlocked Forged Camo and have a considerable amount of experience with each weapon. In my sniper and battle rifle videos, I've included the Modern Warfare 2 weapons as well, but since there's so many assault rifles available in the game, I'm going to be sticking to Modern Warfare 3 weapons only for this video. At the end, I will share a graphic of my 5-star ratings for all the assault rifles so you can get an idea of how the Modern Warfare 2 weapons compare for those of you who are curious. Please don't forget to like the video. With that said, let's get started with the worst Modern Warfare 3 assault rifle at the number 7 spot. That rifle is the FR556. This weapon is pure garbage in my opinion. It is the slowest killing AR up close and is just frustrating to use. It has one of the fastest time to kills at range, but more often than not, it's going to take more than 2 bursts to kill no matter what your range is because it's easy to miss bullets with this. I'd expect this to perform better at range with its stats being geared towards a slower playstyle. You know, its ADS is slightly slower than average, its sprint to fire is slightly slower than average, all mobility is slower than average. Fun fact, this is the only Modern Warfare 3 weapon with significantly slower movement. Its mobility speeds are similar to Modern Warfare 2 weapons, which are all much slower than the Modern Warfare 3 weapons. And also, why is this a 3-round burst weapon with a 25-round mag? That leaves 1 bullet left in the mag at the end. It's just janky and wonky to use. This weapon just confuses me. It's not good. Let's move on to the number 6 spot, which is the newest addition to Modern Warfare 3, the Ram 7. Overall, this is a faster at everything type of rifle. I think it's supposed to be a jack of all trades weapon, but in practice, it's really not good at anything. And that's mainly due to its recoil. It's outgunning over half the ARs if you land your shots. It's tied for fastest sprint to fire speed in class. It has stats to perform well in close quarters. At the same time, the Ram becomes one of the faster killing ARs the further you stretch your range out, similar to the FR556, and it has the fastest bullet velocity in class to support range play. But its recoil is all over the place, even when you have the best attachments on it. There's a lot of horizontal bounce that makes the Ram challenging to use. I find myself spraying and praying a lot with this weapon, hoping I just get a kill, even when enemies are up close and right in front of my face. I don't know, maybe it's something I'm missing with this weapon, but it feels very inconsistent. I think this is a bad weapon, and I don't see myself using it much moving forward. Good news is the rest of the ARs are worth using, and some of them are the better guns in the entire game. At number 5, we have the SVA 545. You're either going to love or hate this weapon. I find myself loving and hating it from kill to kill because it has a tendency to be inconsistent in ways that you can and can't control. The first 2 bullets will fire about twice as fast as the SVA's normal fire rate, and its initial shots are very accurate. But its recoil gets bad horizontal bounce when you sustain fire. So the best practice for this weapon is to fire a few shots at a time in full auto so you're taking advantage of the faster time to kill and the better accuracy. If you can land 5 to 6 shots without missing, the SVA is unbeatable. It's killing faster than a lot of weapons in this game. But if you miss a shot, it becomes one of the slowest killing Modern Warfare 3 assault rifles by a large margin. And even if you don't miss a shot, if you're fighting more than one person, good luck because you're going to be at a significant disadvantage because of the way this weapon works. Even if you're spamming the high fire rate, you're going to be increasing your time to kill when your finger's off the trigger to reset its fire rate. The SVA has really high highs and really low lows, which makes it hard to rank. I mean, yeah, it can kill fast and it is worth using, but overall it tends to be inconsistent, and I think you'll be better off with the top 4 ARs on my list. Next on the list is the MTZ 556 at the number 4 spot. At one point, I wholeheartedly believed this was the worst weapon in the game. It has some pretty jank, left-leaning, zigzag recoil pattern that you have to suffer through when leveling the weapon up. But when you do unlock attachments, the recoil becomes manageable and the MTZ becomes usable at longer ranges. Now, I'm not talking Warzone range, but long enough to suit most multiplayer maps. The MTZ has one of the fastest time to kills in games, not just ARs. It's going to be outgunning most weapons in this game. It outguns all the assault rifles, except at long range, the burst rifles will start to beat it, and if you land your shots with the SVA initial burst, that will beat it. But to be honest, you're probably not landing your shots when you get to that long range trade-off point anyway. This weapon is most effective in close to mid-range combat. It absolutely claps within its optimal range, as the fastest aim down sight speed and is tied for fastest sprint to fire speed, so this is a great weapon for aggressive playstyle, and it feels amazing to use when you're landing your shots. Now, it does have some consistency issues. The recoil can be a problem, so it may not be for everyone, but you can't deny this is one of the better assault rifles in this game. Now, into the top 3 ARs. These are all ARs that are really good and anyone can do well with them. The third best assault rifle in Modern Warfare 3 is the MCW, in my opinion. It is the spiritual successor to the ACR from Modern Warfare 2 in 2009. This is an incredibly accurate weapon. It's easy to use, but it has the slowest time to kill between the Modern Warfare 3 assault rifles. Except the SVA when you're sustaining fire. The MCW will kill 20 milliseconds faster than the SVA. But it's not like this is a great weapon because it kills fast. You will be losing gunfights when they are even gunfights. The MCW is great because it's very easy to use and it's versatile. The TTK is really the only downside to this weapon. All the other handling and mobility stats are average, so you can speed up the handling and make it agile, and it still be pretty easy to use because the recoil is pretty low. You can also kit for even better recoil and make this weapon a laser beam without there being much downside. One recommendation I do have for the MCW is to boost the bullet velocity as high as possible. I actually struggled to use this weapon until I did that because the recoil, funnily enough, felt too accurate. It was like playing mind games with me and making it hard to track people. And this happened more often than I would expect it to because the Modern Warfare 3 maps are larger than what we've experienced the past couple years in Call of Duty. So the high bullet velocity made it feel like it was hit scan and it felt more like the ACR did back in the day. But overall, this is just a great, easy to use weapon. It's a lot of people's favorites, but I don't think it is quite as good as our runner-up weapon at the number 2 spot, which is the DG56. Similar to the MCW, this is a laser beam accurate weapon, but it is a burst fire weapon. You get a fairly consistent 2-burst kill with the DG56. It does have the potential to one-shot if you land headshots, which I highly recommend you try to do in close quarters. Speaking of close quarters, it has a slower time to kill in CQC. It's not like its time to kill is amazing. It's better than MCW at least, but it becomes one of the fastest killing weapons at range. So overall, I consider the DG56 to be top tier when it comes to TTK, and you're not going to be missing a lot of shots with this because, again, it is incredibly accurate. Now, I said I'm saving my ratings for the end, but I want to share that I think the DG56 is a 4 out of 5 star weapon. It 100% is better than average. I think it could easily be a 5-star weapon if it could one burst to the body. Now, one burst kill simply just isn't a thing with the way they've gone about balancing for this game. But I can't help but hope there's an aftermarket part in the works that will make this a 4-burst weapon so it can one burst kill, and then it could perform like the Swordfish did in Black Ops 4. As long as its recoil and handling isn't harmed much, the DG56 would be unstoppable and easily be the best weapon in the game. The weapon as is right now, it is a great weapon. I'm a big fan of it. You definitely should try it out if you haven't tried it yet. That brings us to the number 1 spot, but a quick reminder, if you guys haven't liked the video yet, please tap that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. Now, the number 1 best assault rifle in Modern Warfare 3 is the Holger 5.56. This is easily the most well-rounded assault rifle out of the bunch. Essentially, it's the fastest killing assault rifle in this game. I mean, the SVA and the MTZ can't outgun it up close, and you always have the potential for the one burst kills, but it's beating everything else with its 306 millisecond TTK. At long range, it kills in 408 milliseconds, which is incredible, especially with how accurate the Holger can be. It's a 4-shot kill anywhere to the body up to 37 meters, and then beyond 37 meters, it's a 5-shot kill anywhere to the body, making this weapon really consistent. Its recoil standard. I'm not going to say there's no recoil, but it's very easy to handle, very predictable, and attachments can make it incredibly accurate. The only real downside to the Holger 5.56 is that it has a slightly slower than average bullet velocity at 690 meters per second, but average for assault rifles is 720 meters per second, so it's not that much of a downside. Other than that, this is a very reliable weapon that performs better than the others. That's just my opinion though. As always, you're welcome to leave your own worst to best list in the comments. Here is that graphic sharing how I rate each weapon out of 5 stars. This should give you an idea of how the Modern Warfare 2 rifles stack up for those of you that were wondering. 3 stars is going to be an average weapon. 2 and 4 stars are your good and bad weapons, but those weapons don't have that extra oomph to make them a best of the best 5-star weapon or a 1-star weapon that you should never touch. I've actually made a video where I shared 5 Modern Warfare 2 assault rifles that are still worth using and 2 you should avoid at all costs that you can check out if you're interested in learning more about how the Modern Warfare 2 weapon stats change with carry forward to Modern Warfare 3. That video will be on the screen right now for you to click. Please don't forget to tap that like button, get subscribed to the channel, especially if you made it all the way through this video. That's all I got. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.